the rest of the weekend I couldn't see my screen. So it was like the next day I couldn't see my screen, but I could get calls. So I'm here literally on a phone with the client, can't see my screen, only doing audio. Madness. It was just madness. And I ended up having a panic attack because of it. Vlogging a little bit from the car, and I wanted to talk about just the psychoticness of being an entrepreneur and having a family and having so many things to do. So my family members, my brother and sister are graduating this weekend, and they went to school upstate New York, and it's just been so crazy having to still do work while popping out real quick to go to the graduations, and then having to figure out childcare. Gladly, the weekend is involved, but just really when you are someone that has multiple things on your plate, planning your schedule to the T is so important. I know for me, like if I don't have my Google Calendar, nothing is getting done. Nothing is getting done. So I wanted to do this quick little vlog just talking about some of the planning tools that I use to ensure that I have enough time to support my family, to do things that I want to do, travel, as well as get my work done. And it's not just the scheduling things. I'm just going to tell you some of the tools that I've used to ensure that like I'm able to get everything done. One, I make sure that I have a really good hotspot on my phone. If you don't know how much hotspot you have on your phone, make sure that you figure it out and increase it if you have to. So I think I have like 15 or 30 gigs of hotspot, which allows me to, if I need to pop in and work at a random place. Like right now, I'm in a parking lot of a Walmart working, like actual working. Um, because I have to get the work done, and it's okay to work, but you also have to schedule time to be with your family and hang out and do the things that you need to do. So I'm like, okay, in the breaks, y'all going shopping. I don't need to do that. That's okay. Like I don't have to purchase anything right now. I'm going to hang out, hang back, do what I have to do. So that way later I don't have to be interrupted by work. So making sure you have a really good hotspot is going to be such a difference. Two, making it easy to create content or the material that I need to do for work on the fly. I have my laptop, my headphones that are, the jack headphones, so I can listen to it privately while I'm, laptop's on my lap while we're driving. I'm not the one driving at the moment. I have this little microphone that I hooked up, and I'm going to put the links to anything that I'm talking about in the comments, and I could just pop up. I have my tripod. So right now my camera is on my tripod, and I'm able to pause what I'm doing while working. So right now some files are uploading. So I have a couple minutes, boom. Now I'm making content. So I'm not only just working on my day-to-day job, but I'm also working on content creation and being a content creator, which is currently a side hustle that I hope to put into full time as I grow, as I build up my brand. And having these tools with me, it's not super, everything is lightweight, everything fits into the general pack suitcases that I have. Coordinating my Google Calendar, making sure that any updates or any team members know what to do in the event of. But that allows me to truly spend time with my family and friends when I'm with them. When I first started, it was very hard, right? When I first started a lot of this work, I didn't know better. And so I would just get super distracted. Or I remember one of the most, I'll tell y'all a quick story time before I end this little session. It was an extreme burnout experience, and I was so traumatized by it. So pretty much I was going on vacation with my cousins and siblings, and I had my phone with me at a water park. That idea from the jump. And because one of my clients, there was a big project and I wanted to be multitasking, and I ended up getting a small amount of water in my phone. And we know iPhones get water in them, but I didn't expunge the water. So I got a little bit of water on my phone because I kept on having it with me, because I'm like, what if the client calls? It's a big client. Like I need to make this that was the priority at the time. And now as I've grown as an entrepreneur, as a person, I've realized that you have to prioritize yourself, prioritize your time. So my phone got wet and I didn't realize it was wet. And then later that evening, it also died. So later that evening, I went to charge it, and it kind of literally shocked it, and my phone was dead. So now the rest of the weekend I couldn't see my screen. So it was like the next day I couldn't see my screen, but I could get calls. So I'm here literally on a phone with the client, can't see my screen, only doing audio. Madness. It was just madness. And I ended up having a panic attack because of it. Because I was like, the client's really big. Now I have a broken phone. I have to buy a phone. I ended up going to Best Buy, getting some like random what was it, like random Android phone for like $100, putting my SIM card in there so that way I could at least see, text, communicate with my kids that were at home. It was just a lot. So by trying to overly multitask or not spend the time properly, I ended up costing myself financially, costing myself emotionally, costing myself mentally. And that stress now made everything worse. My family was just like, you're disconnected, you're not hanging out with us. And my client was just like, you can't email back, you can't send us anything, you have no phone. So, long story short, is just make time for each thing. And it is possible to, it's never going to be perfect, right? I'm going to let y'all know that from now. It's never going to be perfect, but you have to figure out different strategies that allow you to have a life beyond the work that you do. Because if you don't have a life beyond the work that you do, you're never going to feel fulfilled. You're never going to feel joyful. You're never going to feel like you've hit where you're going. And you want to have family and friends and colleagues around you that are going to celebrate with you. So prioritize your schedule so that way you can dedicate the needed time for family, friends, and social life, as well as the needed time to do the great work and the magic that you want to do. So that's my mini segment here. If you found any of this helpful, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next video. Bye.